Atomic Habits. It's an amazing book by James Clear. Now, I was on this journey of trying to figure out how to be disciplined, because a lot of people say, yo, I'm just not a disciplined person. That's a very common thing to say. But discipline, like anything, like leadership, like singing, like anything at all, can be taught, can be mastered. On my journey of trying to be disciplined, I found this book and I got to learn quickly through my research that discipline is habits. Discipline is the execution on your habits and having healthy habits and executing on them consistently. I'm gonna make this book and the principles that I got from this book applicable to content creators and marketers. The first one is starting small with content pieces. When you're getting into content creation, I don't necessarily think that you should first start off doing 1 hour long podcast level type of content. I don't agree that's where you should start. I think you should start small, maybe in the 2 to 5 minute region. Find your pace and make sure that it is easy. With anything in starting a habit, you want to make it extremely easy, and that is how you will make a habit stick, because when you don't feel like doing it, you're gonna just do it anyways because it's just easy. Okay, I don't really feel like doing it right now, but it's just easy. I'm just gonna get it out the way, you know? Try your best to start off with maybe 2 to 5 minute videos, very small videos, or start off with a very simple type of video setup, a very simple type of video idea. Make it short, and then as you get better, as you get more comfortable in your content creator shoes, you then increase the complexity of your content. Now, this positions us for the second topic, which is all about systems in content creation. Whatever you're doing and you want there to be a habit, you want to do it consistently, you want to make it easy, but you also need to make systems. Systems allow people to not think, waste any form of brain power to figure things out. Okay, how am I going to shoot this? How am I going to come up with this idea? How is it going to look? No, you have a system in place, and that system is generally created through reps. From the first point, you make it easy, you start doing your reps, and then you start to realize, I like to do this type of video. Okay, I see that. You start to write that down. This is how I want to do my videos. And then you write that down, and then as you create more videos or you increase your complexity and you go through that system over and over, you will want to tweak that system. Okay, I could do this video, but this video is better. And also, I've realized that all kinds of videos in this type of niche or in this type of topic area, I like to do them, and they also have a better turnout with my audience. When you have a system, things are just better all the time. You want to develop a system around how you shoot. You want to batch film, you want to have a consistent camera setup maybe. You want to always do it the same way for a while. Just develop a system. I spoke about in a previous video about the balance between order and chaos. And in this situation, when you come inside of content creation, you hear everybody talking about this is a creative type of thing. You have to be a creative, and guys, I know you have to be creative, but you also need order. You need system. You need to be reliable for your audience. You need to show up at a set time all the time. It doesn't even have to be time in terms of on the clock, but maybe, hey, a frequency. Hey, gotta show up once a day or once a week or whatever. You have to be reliable. You have to have order to balance out your creativity, or else you'll realize that once you get too creative, you're not able to maintain it. And that is the whole goal of social media, for you to do it long term and be able to stick around to have the results, because it's something that compounds. Your first 10 videos won't just pop off, man. You have to consistently do it without getting any form of results, and just do it and do it. And one of the best way to just continue to do it is to continue to focus on your systems. How do you post your videos? Is there a better system of posting videos? Watch how other people do it. Optimize your system, add more complexity, optimize again, save yourself time, save yourself effort. You should always try to save yourself these two things, effort and time, and that is what your system is trying to do. In the book Atomic Habits, they also talk about how you want to also try your best to say, hey, I'm gonna do this task, and I'm only gonna give myself only 2 minutes to do this task, or 5 minutes to do this task, and I'm only gonna dedicate 5 minutes. But if you realize, just taking a step back from just the subjective perspective and look at it from an objective perspective, most of the times people don't have a lot of time to dedicate to your content. A lot of people, there's a lot of competition now for your time and for your attention. The best way, I believe, as a beginner content creator trying to adapt these principles, just going back to the first point, try to create short content that people can just watch a bite-sized nugget of your content and just be able to consume very little of what you're about, what you're trying to give, and this will eventually start to build up this trust between you and the person. When they see a 5-minute video of you now, they'll be like, okay, I'll bite. I've seen their 2-minute stuff. I've seen their 1-minute stuff. I've seen their 30-second stuff. And you continue to build that trust, that rapport, and that value between you and the audience, and you consistently try to grow. But it's very important to start small. The next one is habit stacking. The general principle of it is, if you have a successful habit and you're really good at that habit, when you want to introduce a new habit, it's also good to try and pair that new habit with an already successful habit. So this is how you habit stack. You want to meditate, but you are not able to find the time to meditate. Okay, I'm really good at working out, and you work out 20 minutes every day. Okay, you can meditate for 10 minutes after every single workout. You can pair them and be like, okay, my cool down period, I can just use that as 10 minutes, and you really dedicate it at that time. You'll realize that because you have such success with working out, it will spill over and cause you to have some success with meditation. Habit stacking is extremely powerful, and James Clear covers this in the book. Now, you can do this as well with content creation. If you realize that a certain topic or content type is working, then you want to build on top of that content type, especially when you want to introduce new aspects or complexity to your show. If you see that, okay, a lot of people are reading your blogs, then when you want to try out a new concept or a new type of topic that you've never tried before, then you want to maybe try it on your blog, the most successful part of your content system. If you realize that your videos that are all about client testimonials, they do really well, then when you want to try something new, you might want to slip it into one of those videos. Habit stacking is really powerful, and you can look at your analytics to see if this is something that is working. Does it affect the effectiveness of your video after you've inserted this new facet of content? Does it have a positive effect or does it have a negative effect? Now, the next one is optimizing your digital environment. And let me just talk about what the book was talking about here. And it's saying, if you're trying to quit a habit or break a bad habit, you need to, yes, change yourself and tell yourself that, hey, I don't want to do it, but you also want to change your environment. You want to stop smoking weed, then you want to take weed out of your environment as well, that it makes it very hard for you to go back to that type of habit. If you don't want to do some form of bad habit, you want to also alter your environment to support the decision that you're making. So in terms of content creation here, the way in which I was spinning it was to say, make sure that your social channels, your website, and all these environments that your audience and your customers have to go through, they are user friendly. People hate friction. They just hate it. And all the friction that is there inside of your social platforms, these are just buckets of people who could be potential customers or potential viewers, potential fans that are just leaving because your channels are not optimized to be user friendly. Make sure it is very easy to find your websites, very easy to scroll through your website, and you're not bogging people down with a ton of text. Like, oh my God, read all of this that we want to talk about our features that has nothing to do with the customer. Everything is all about the customer in marketing and sales. So the customer is always the star of the show. User friendliness is a big deal as it relates to your social channels, your website. Generate an experience for what you do. Don't look at it like, oh, this is a cool website. It shows off our product and our services in a good way. No, you want to create a website and social channels in general that you're looking at it from the perspective of the viewer. They start off on the home page and they might question, okay, what's next? And okay, you scroll here and we have these interactive elements that will help them to look at things from a different perspective and understand things while they scroll. And we're not feeding them a ton of information, ton of things and trying to attack them. Okay, I'm trying to sell you this. And it has to be user friendly. Enhance your environment and enhance the experience that you're providing to your audience on this digital environment. Now, the next one, this one is actually really powerful, and it's probably one that a lot of people will look over, but it's probably the most powerful, and it's to make attractive content. Think about it. Would you watch that video? Just think about it. Would I sit down and read this entire blog post just based on the tone of it, based on the feel of it? Would I watch it? Would I enjoy it? Yes, create content for yourself and make sure that that you enjoy it, but also make sure that the people who you're creating it for will definitely enjoy it. Make sure you're using your headlines. Make sure you're using really attractive thumbnails. I see some thumbnails sometimes. I don't know, maybe I should create a YouTube series that reviews thumbnails and scare people into creating good thumbnails. I don't know, but create attractive content. And a part of attractiveness is also entertaining. I talk a lot about making valuable content on this channel because you want to make sure that the viewer leaves with something. They learn something or they feel something. However, make sure it is entertaining. Entertaining content is shared a million times more than just educational content. Just blaring, boring, educational content. You want to make content that people will say, yo, I know you're interested in this and check this thing out. They want to share it with a friend. These are things that they sound maybe easy or maybe hard. I don't know how they come off to you. However, the way in which you master this is with repetition. Start easy, maybe start a little small, start where you can, but understand that with everything in life that you want to succeed in, it's all about consistent iteration. Every time you create a video, try to make it a little more entertaining, try to add a little more value, make the thumbnails a little better. Too many people think that they can just create content, just start off with content creation and everything will work out as soon as like maybe 3 months in, 4 months in. That's not how it works. It's a long-term game. You want to put in your effort, you want to put in the time, and you want to put in the reps. Pay attention to what you're doing and make sure that you're focusing on iterating, not just creating more content, just creating more of the same thing, and it's not necessarily improving in any way, shape, or form. Bouncing back from unsuccessful content, a lot of the times we don't want to give up with something because we're thinking that it's just a rep problem. It's just like, yo, we just need to give more reps. You know, maybe that is the case, but always be trying new things. Try out new series. We have a video that it teaches you how to create a content series. People love to consume content that are similar. If one format works, then you know you want to stick with that format and try that format out. When you're just starting out, you're in the testing stage. You're not in a stage to hold to your guns, my friend. You're in a testing stage to test out multiple different things to see what the consumers love, what the consumers will bite from. The best way to look at this is through your analytics. You need to look at the numbers, what content actually works, what content popped off from your efforts, which content people really commented on, which one did they share a lot of, and look at that in comparison to other content. There's audience retention graphs in there for you to look at. We broke down all of this type of thing in another video. You can go check it out, but be free to test new content. The only way you're able to do that is to have a really good pre-production system, really, and we spoke about that earlier, having good systems. But when you have a good pre-production system, then you will have tons of streams of content, because when you have a stream of content, it means that you're not just maybe creating one video and then creating another video and everything is individual. No, if you have streams of content, creating different YouTube series or Instagram series on different aspects, teaching Adobe After Effects for 30 days, only things about Adobe After Effects, want to teach makeup tutorials, only makeup tutorials, and then you want to niche down into different types of series. We have an entire video on this, but creating a really good pre-production system will help you here, because when you see something is not working, okay, throw him out, bring in a new one, bring in another 2, bring in another 3, and continue to try out content. When you have a hit, you will know, trust me, it will be something that is very indicative of, hey, we love this and we really want more. Then you say, we will do more of that, we'll bring that one and we'll keep that one as a stream of content that people will always get. That's how it worked. The book Atomic Habits, I really wanted to just make it very applicable to content creators, because I'm reading these books and they're providing a lot of value to my life, but they're applicable in all aspects of what we do. Content creation, I wanted to show that here, but reading this book will also help you to break any form of bad habits that you're having in your life. And it will also help you to form good habits. Discipline is all about doing things even when you don't feel like doing them, because it's for a long-term gain and you know you have to do it because the rewards are that much worth it. Working out, meditating, eating healthy, all of these things are really good habits. This is a book that really helps with that, and it can also help you with your content creation. Go out, get the book. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.